Okay, so let us continue our discussion. So, sorry kanina, medyo nasira tayo sa later part, kaya in-stop ko muna yung video. But, hopefully, maging okay na to. So, let's continue. Okay? So, yun nga, no? Lesser accounting. Okay. So, under the finance list, di ba, yun nga, there are two types. Yung straightforward finance list and yung sales type list. The difference being is that in a straightforward finance list, hindi tayo talaga nagbebenta, but rather we are in the business of earning interest lang. Okay? So, the point is, in a straightforward finance list, we only recognize the list receivable, then credit the subject of the list. Kasi nga, finance list siya, there is a substantial transfer of ownership. So, i-credit na natin yung subject of the list. The difference between the receivable and the value designated to the subject of the list, that will be your interest income, or in this case, because we are still on initial recognition, still at unearned interest income. Okay? Pag sales type list siya, okay? Pag sales type list siya, aside from your receivable, we will recognize the sales. Okay? Hindi na yung credit the asset of the credit the asset pertaining to your subject of the list, but rather credit to sale. Kasi nga, we are a regular dealer. Okay? And then, recognize the gross profit, makukuha natin yan siya by crediting the inventory. Always with the assumption na perpetual inventory system tayo. Okay? Aside from that, finally, we will recognize the unearned interest income. Okay? We will recognize the unearned interest income. So, that is the difference between a straightforward finance list and a sales type list. So, later on, makikita natin yan siya with our examples. Okay? With our examples kung paano yan siya gagawin. Okay? So, this is just for the theoretical background of this, no? Pag sales type and the straightforward finance list. So, another thing that we need to remember is that yun nga, ano ba tong gross investment and net investment natin? Okay? Paano ba natin to kukunin ang gross investment, okay, and the net investment. Okay? Ganito. Pag straightforward finance list yan siya, okay? Your gross investment, generally, that will be, or that is your equivalent to your gross lease receivable. So, pag sinabi natin na gross lease receivable, that encompasses your gross rental receivable. Okay? Your gross rental receivable. If there is a purchase option and it is reasonably certain na kukunin talaga siya, okay? Reasonable purchase option, that will also form part to your gross lease receivable. Okay? If there is a residual value which is guaranteed na babayaran ni lessee sa'yo, that will also form part to your gross lease receivable. Okay? Now, so again, the gross rental receivable, to the reasonably certain purchase option, and your guaranteed residual value. Okay? Your guaranteed residual value. That is, that encompasses your gross receivable. Okay? The net investment, okay? The net investment, on the other hand, okay? The net investment, on the other hand, is the, okay, remember this, is the present value, okay? Net investment, present value of, okay? Kumbaga, in essence, your net investment is your present value of gross receivable, okay, plus, okay, initial direct cost, okay, paid by the lessor. So, isa-isahin natin ito, no? So, alam natin paano yung gross receivable, di ba? Yun yung gross rental receivable. Pag mayroong purchase option which is reasonably certain, gross value nun, that will form part to your gross receivable. Residual guaranteed or guaranteed residual value, that will also form part to your gross receivable. Pag kinuha mo yung present value nila, that is your net investment. Klaro yun siya, ha? That is your net investment. Plus, okay, huwag tayong malito nito, this is the same initial direct cost as discussed on our first discussion kanina, no? Doon sa first video natin, this is the same initial direct cost, but this time, this is paid by the lessor. Kasi nga, yung initial direct cost is depende yun siya per agreement. It can be paid by the lessee or it can be paid by the lessor. Pag paid by the lessor yan siya, obviously, that is not part of your right of use asset ni lessee and the lease liability of the lessee. Kasi nga, paid by the lessor. Okay? However, that particular initial direct cost will form part to your net investment if paid by the lessor. Present value. Now, the difference of this, your gross investment and your net investment, again, that is your unearned, okay? That is your unearned interest income on initial recognition. Okay? On initial recognition. Okay. Now, ito yung medyo tricky. Pag straightforward, okay? Pag straightforward finance lease, your receivable is recorded at gross investment. Klaro yan siya. And the credit to the asset, which is the subject of the lease, that is credited to your net investment. Hindi carrying amount. Klaro yun siya, ha? Pag straightforward finance lease. Now, medyo malilito talaga tayo dito because pagdating sa sales type lease naman, Okay? Pagdating sa sales type lease naman, this is the same net investment. Okay? This is the same net investment. But rather, pag sales type lease, your net investment, that is your sales. Hindi na, parang in essence, same concept pa rin siya na credit to the subject of the lease. That is the value credited to the subject of the lease. But rather this time, instead of using the machine, the asset account, it is sales. Okay? While you're carrying amount, okay, this is your credit to inventory. Again, using the perpetual inventory system. Okay? So inventory, no? That is your credit to inventory. Okay? So, yun yung pagkakaiba, no? That is your gross and net investment. So, sa lessor. So, medyo komplikado talaga siya pagdating sa lessor accounting. Sa lessee, yung complicated lang na portion is that yung determination of your right of use asset and your lease liability. So let's have examples. Let's have an example, okay? Wait. I'll get example muna. Okay. Wait. Okay. So let's have this example. Okay. So on January 1, no, the company, Overland Company, okay, so closed a lease contract for newly constructed terminals and freight storage facility. So, in this particular example, no, so although the terminals have a composite life of 10 years, the lease runs for 5 years with a transfer of title to the lessee upon expiration of the lease. Okay. We have the first thing that we need to determine is that who is the lessee, who is the lessor, no? On this particular example, okay, Overland Company, okay, is the lessor. Okay? So, because yun nga, naka-state dito, like, if we are to understand the problem, may simple statement talaga na iba yung lessee na must also make, ito nga, the lessee, okay, ito, because of this statement, the lessee must make, okay, the lessee must make an annual payment of 75,000. So obviously, hindi ito si Overland. Okay? Si Overland is the lessor. Okay? So, again, no? The lease term is for 5 years. Okay? The annual lease payment is 1 million payable at the end of each year starting December 31, 2020. Okay? The lessee, which is yung kakontract ni Overland, must make an annual payment of 75,000 for taxes and 125,000 for insurance. Itong 75,000 and 125,000 na insurance, ito yung nasabi natin kanina or sa first video natin na mga executory cost. Okay? Maintaining cost. So, on the part of the lessee, kasi nga, siya yung magbabayad nito, this is outright expense. Di ba? This is outright expense. Hindi ito i-consider ni lessor kasi nga si lessee yung magbabayad. Di ba? In addition, the lessee incurred initial direct cost 150,000 including 50,000 commission paid to the broker that arranged the lease. So si lessee daw nagbayad ng initial direct cost. Si lessee, remember ha, si lessee yung nagbayad, hindi si lessor. However, as an incentive to the lease, the lessor agreed to reimburse the lessee for the commission 50,000. So, mayroon tayong lease incentive. Okay? Which is paid directly by the lessor on, kumbaga, initial date of the term. So, the point is, kasi nga, binayaran ito ni lessor on initial date, this will form part as a deduction to your right of use asset, but this will not form part to your lease liability kasi nga hindi ito in the future binayaran. The contract was negotiated to assure the lessor a 10% rate of return. So, ito yung mga present value factor which will be used, okay? Which will be used for our discounting. Okay. Now, in addition lang pala, no? In computing for your present value factor or in discounting your rental payments, okay? Kasi nga, 'di ba? Pag in computing for right of use asset, we will use present values, di ba? Always remember this, hindi tayo dapat malito. Implicit rate yung gagamitin. Okay? Which is, in this case, 10%. Okay? 10%. Hindi borrowing rate, but implicit rate. Okay? So, let us first, okay? Again, sa Overland is the lessor. Iba yung lessee. So, yung first natin gagawin dito is books of the lessee. Muna tayo. Initial recognition. Okay? Compute for the right of use and lease liability. Okay? Let's compute for the right of use asset and lease liability. Okay? So, number one, ito yung pinakamadali, yung present value of rentals. Okay? Present value of rentals. Okay. Now, so the present value of rentals, we have a regular rental payment which is paid at the end of the year. 1 million. That is for 5 years. Okay? Again, the present value factor na gagamitin natin is ito. Now, ito din yung medyo tricky dito. Ano ba yung gagamitin natin? Present value of an ordinary annuity or annuity in advance. Okay? Ganito yung pagkakaiba niyan. Klaro yan siya na annuity values yung gagamitin. Kasi nga, multiple cash flow, di ba? That is what we have learned from our previous topics on advance payable and notes payable. Basta multiple cash flow, meaning in installment, kumbaga, multiple cash flow, multiple payments, always use annuity. Pero pag one-time payment lang or one-time cash flow, present value of 1. Klaro yun. Now, pagdating sa annuity naman, if the cash flow will occur at the beginning of the year, okay, at the beginning of the year, that is annuity in advance. Okay? Annuity in advance. Pag at the end of the year or pag not in the, okay, not in the beginning of the year, that is ordinary annuity. Ang concept lang kasi nito, pag annuity in advance is that during the first day of the term, okay, during the first day of the term, mayroon na talagang cash flow na marireceive, okay, as advance payment. That is why it is annuity in advance, okay? That is annuity in advance. Pag walang cash flow na marireceive as advance payment, that is ordinary annuity. Okay, that is ordinary annuity. Kaya nga sinasabi dyan, per practice, typically, pag yung cash flow would occur at, let's say, January 1, yan yung pinaka-common ng mga example eh. That is annuity in advance, no? Pero the most precise talaga dyan, okay, the most precise is that if you receive an advance payment, okay, at the beginning of the term, that is annuity in advance. Whether beginning or end of the year yung date of cash flow mo. Let's say December 31. Pero June yung transaction nagsimula, pero in June naka-receive ka na ng advance payment, then that is annuity in advance. Di ba? Basta may advance payment. So, again, so dito, because there is no advance payment and that end of the year nga nangyari, we will use ordinary annuity which is at 3.79. Okay, that is 3.79. So the present value of rental, that is 1 million, di ba? Multiplied by 3.79, that is 3,790,000. So that is the first component of your right of use asset and your lease liability. Okay? Second, ano pa ba yung mga factors natin dito? Merong initial direct cost of 150,000. Di ba? Again, that is part of your right of use asset. But, because this is paid by the lessee, binayaran na niya ngayon, okay? Hindi in the future, this is not part of your lease liability because it is already paid. Ha? And, because merong incentive binigay si lessor, okay? Babawasan natin yan siya ng lease incentive. Okay? Lease incentive. Diba? Na 50,000. Again, ngayon siya binayaran, this will not form part of your liability in the future. Ito lang. Diba? Okay. Meron ding executory cost, itong 75,000 and 125,000. Obviously, this will not form to your right of use asset nor to your lease liability because this is executory cost nga, outright expense. Which is, ang total niyan, that is 200,000, di ba? That is 125,000 plus 75,000. That is 200,000 as your outright expense. Okay? So, ito na. Okay? Your right of use asset, okay? Your right of use asset, that is 3,790,000 plus your initial direct cost of 150,000 minus your lease incentive. So, totaling 3,890,000. While your lease liability is only 3,790,000. Diba? Ito lang. So, how are we going to record this in the books of the lessee? Okay, lessee muna tayo ha. Okay. Again, finance lease nga to. Kasi nga, di ba, all finance lease except for low value, which is allowable siya, and short term. So, this is a finance lease. So, debit your right of use asset. Magkano? 3,890,000. Okay? Then, credit your lease liability. Magkano yung lease liability natin? That is 3,790,000. Ha? Now, kung mapapansin natin, hindi yan siya balanse. There is a difference of 100,000. Saan yan galing yung 100,000 na difference? Ito. Di ba? That is 100,000. So, yung pang-credit natin dyan, that is credit to cash, 100,000. Now, bakit credit to cash? Kasi nga, if we separate the entry for that, okay, if we separate the entry, ang mangyayari nito is that, di ba, right of use asset yung initial direct cost? Assuming nga, so, although hindi na ito kasali, I will just present to you kung ano yung, kumbaga, step by step nito or yung long process. Ha? May debit ka na right of use asset na 150,000. Di ba? May debit ka na right of use asset, 150,000. Credit, cash. Obviously, kasi binayaran mo nga yan. Di ba? At then, because naka-receive ka ng lease incentive which is deducted to your right of use asset, may debit ka na cash and credit na right of use asset which is at 50,000. Kung pansinin natin, itong right of use asset, covered na yan siya sa 3,890, di ba? Ito, dito, ginawa natin. Ito. Then, yung cash natin dito, may credit ka na 150, may credit ka na 50,000, that is 100,000 credit. Di ba? Credit 100,000 yung baga outstanding balance niyan or remaining balance. Okay? So, credit to cash na lang natin diretso, no? Para mas madali, di ba? Para mas madali para sa atin. So, yan yung explanation ng credit to cash 100. So, this will be your entry on initial recognition sa lessee. Diba? Diba? Yung complication lang is kung paano itong right of use and lease liability. Okay? Now, pagdating naman sa lessor, okay? Pagdating naman sa lessor, kung titingnan natin ito, okay? Let us analyze first kung ano ba to? Operating lease or finance lease. Yan yung number 1 part na dapat natin i-consider. Okay? So, kung titingnan natin yung transfer of ownership, okay, specifically stated talaga, okay, specifically stated na there is a transfer of title to the lessee upon expiration of the lease. So, part of the agreement talaga na there is a transfer of title. So, the point is, obviously, hindi na to operating lease because there is transfer of title as part of the agreement. Okay, as part of the agreement. Ngayon, finance lease to. Number 2, point of consideration, ano bang klase na finance lease to? Straightforward finance lease or a sales type lease? Kung titingnan natin, walang na-mention na dealer siya. Di ba? Yun nga, yung business niya is, if I were to understand this, yung construction talaga. So, this is not a dealer. No? This is not a dealer. So, this is straightforward finance lease. Okay? This is straightforward finance lease. So, klaro yun siya. This is a straightforward finance lease. Now, let us first compute ngayon. Okay? Magkano yung gross investment? Okay? And magkano yung net investment? Kasi nga, straightforward this lang to. No need to compute for the gross profit sales, no? So, gross and net investment lang. And then, the difference is the unearned interest income. Okay? Yung lease receivable mo, okay, or yung gross receivable, okay, number 1 component niyan is the um, rental payment. Diba? It's the rental payment. Which is at gross. Okay? Which is at gross. That is computed as 1 million times the term of the lease, which is 5 years. So that is 5 million. Okay? Now, yung present value niyan, which is will compose as part of your net investment. Di ba? Present value lang yan. Which is, na-compute na natin kanina. That is 3,790,000. Okay? That is 3,790,000. Now, ano pa ba yung nakaka-apekto sa lessor nito? Executory cost, again, this is paid by the lessee. This will not affect the lessor. Okay? The initial direct cost of 150,000. Okay? The initial direct cost of 150,000. This is paid by the lessee. This will not affect the lessor. Okay? This will not affect the lessor. However, okay, if you may notice, okay, 50,000 is paid by the lessor as lease incentive. Diba? As lease incentive. So, the point is, okay, kung walang lease, walang babayaran si lessor na incentive. Now, saan natin makikita na definition yan? That is initial direct cost. But this time, paid by the lessor. Okay? Initial direct cost paid by the lessor. So ngayon, i-add natin yan siya. Initial direct cost, but dun lang sa net investment mo na 50,000. Okay? Continuing with the problem, I think wala nang details na kailangan pa. So, your gross investment, which is your lease receivable, that is 5 million. Kasi walang ibang naka-apekto eh. While your net investment, okay? While your net investment, that is 3,790,000 plus 50,000. So that is 3,840,000. Okay? Now, how are we going to recognize this per entry? Okay? In the books of the lessor. Straightforward finance lease. Okay? Debit your lease receivable. Okay? Which is equivalent to your gross investment. Okay? Equivalent to your gross investment. At 5 million. Okay? At 5 million. Credit your asset because this is straightforward finance lease. Hindi siya sales type lease. Kaya hindi sales yung i-credit natin. Which is, your asset in this particular example is your terminal and freight storage. So, credit your terminal and storage, or to be short, yan na lang, no? Storage facility man yan siya. Obviously, that is your building. Okay? That is your building. At, to be practical na niya, lang ito ha, to be short, no? At your net investment, which is at 3,840,000. Now, the difference, that will be your unearned interest income. Okay? Which is, the difference is, wait. Which is, the difference is computed as 5 million, the gross investment less the net investment of 3,840,000. So that is 1,160,000. So that is on the books of the lessee and lessor on initial recognition. So, di ba? Know how to compute your right of use asset and lease liability on the part of the lessee. Okay? On the part of the lessor, know what is your gross investment and net investment. Of course, there is a difference between a straightforward finance lease and a sales type lease. Okay? Know the concept. Okay? Know the concept. Okay? I will end this video again because if you may notice, no? Nasisira na naman yung video natin. However, I will try my best na i-continue natin ito. Okay? That will be our part 3 of lease. Okay? Next concept natin is tapos na tayo sa initial recognition, subsequent recognition naman tayo. Okay? And we'll answer different problems that could potentially arise, no? Relating to different situations pagdating sa lease transactions. Okay? So, see you on the next video.